So today we are going to go out, look around, scout out some areas to put a new tree stand this coming year. So there's the stand. Now we got to find a spot. So welcome to the channel. Thanks for viewing. This is my attempt at a first video of hopefully many. But today, I'm just out walking around the private land I have here to hunt in northern New York. Looking around for some possible, I want to put up a couple more tree stands before this coming year's hunt season. Looking around for some new locations. What else is better to do as they're on a March 23rd day at 32 degrees. I figured I'll go out and walk around the woods. But like the description said, it's going to be mostly a hunting channel, just something small and maybe mixed in with a couple videos from either motorcycling or boating. But so this is a little 125 acre spot I have here in Jefferson County, New York. I used to bowl with the owner and became good friends with him, and he's let me hunt his land for about 20 years now. So you really can't beat that. He passed away here a couple years ago, but his widow still allows me to hunt it. So we're going to take you for a little bit of a tour of the property today. Meanwhile, scouting for stand locations and just getting out and get some practice with the GoPro. So 125 acres, like I said, but most of it is fields. There is some little wood plots, but probably, if I had to guess, a good 75-80 acres anyways is fields. But I've shot some of my best deer out of here. In 2020 I shot a nice 9-point. 2022 I shot a beautiful 11-point. To this day is my biggest deer. I think that one weighed in about 180 pounds if I remember right. But we're going to walk around to some of the stands I've got up already and go pick out maybe in one or two spots for a new one come this fall. Beautiful. It's beautiful out here though, as you can see. Nice and quiet. Looks like there might be a deer out in the field right ahead of us there, but way out it's hard to tell. I'm sure you can't pick it up with a GoPro, but it's out there a ways. Yeah, it's definitely a deer. Definitely a deer. Actually, there might be a few deer out there, but like I said, it's way out there. And so if they're still there in a little bit, I'm sure we'll be spooking them off. But anyways, I'll catch up with you when we get close to the first stand. There's a deer up here on the other side of this little bundle, if you see him, a little hill here. Looks like just a lone deer. It's still probably about 100 yards, well, probably closer to 150 yards out, so I don't know how well the camera's going to pick it up, but tried sneaking up as close as I could get here, trying to keep the hill between me and the deer. So far it hasn't spooked, but I imagine if we go too much farther, it'll be gone. I think we've been spotted. Well, we'll head that way. I know it's only a matter of probably a handful of steps and he'll be he or she will be out of here. Kind of surprised it hasn't taken off yet, but we're still all of 100 yards out. Yep, I think he or she's on the way. Yep. Cool. Now there's another one. It looks like right along the yep. There was another one right along the wood line over there. I didn't even see. I just see the tail. Well, we're going to veer over here. I'm going to show you the first stand that we have set up over here. Oh, there's looks like a baby and mama. We'll probably walk over that way after and end up scaring them, but for right now we're gonna head over this way and show you our first stand. So we'll catch up with you when we get over there. So this is what we call the meadow stand. This is what we got for a view up here. Got the fields here on the left. Over here we got a nice shrubby meadow, and some really thick shit over here to the right, which I believe is their bedding area in there. You might see a house in the background about 100 yards off, straight in front here, and that's about 25 yards. This side of it is where the property ends, in this location here. So we've got a little bit of area to cover here. Actually, that house is probably farther than that. I'm gonna guess it's at least probably 150, 200. So yeah, we got a little bit of ways. But nice view. We've dropped quite a few deer out of this stand over the years. I say us, I was talking about myself, my nephew who wants out here a lot with me, and my brother-in-law that I get out sometimes, and some other fellows that I work in. I don't like to overhunt it and bring too many people on it. So I only hunt it usually like once a week or twice at the most during season. I give it 2 or 3 days, 4 days between each, recover a little bit. But I plan to shoot a lot of a lot of videos out of this area, this stand, and some others I'm going to show you come season. So thought today's going to be just a little tour, me getting used to the camera as well. So okay, I'm going to get down and then we're going to head over to another part of the property where I've got some more stands and where I'm thinking about putting the new stand that I got. So I'll catch up with you when we're over that part of the woods. We're in here somewhere where that deer was standing. So, like the description says, I'm an avid hunter of 40 years. I don't know. And videographer as of today. I don't know. It took me so long to start putting stuff on tape, but I love hunting, so to where I just about all the time, even in the off season, I'm always watching any hunting videos I can find, and finally I decided, hey, why don't you start putting a few on video, if nothing else for your own friends and family, grandkids to watch, and so that's the plan anyways, and we'll see where it goes from there. This is not the only place I hunt. I hunt a lot of public property as well, but this is my only private piece I've got. This is my evening hunt usually. Lots of times I'll go up on the Tug Hill Plateau or Henderson Harbor area maybe and hunt the day part and come out for lunch, and then I've had a lot better luck here at evenings with all the fields, the prime time being 15-20 minutes or so before the last light, of course. But like I said, even if I don't see any deer, I like being in the woods. But this place has been good to me. Taught my youngest, he's now 26, I taught him to hunt here. I used to bring him when he was just, I don't know, 8-10 years old. This is where he grew up hunting since he's moved to North Carolina. But that's a story for another day. But we're going to be coming up on here shortly, just inside this wood line, to a swamp that our stand they call the swamp stand. It's pretty swampy back here. And I've shot a lot of deer out of that stand. So we'll catch up to you when we get to that stand. By the swamp stand almost. This here's a heavily used deer trail right here on the edge of the field, and I've seen lots of deer walking this line here. All depends about the season and how much rain we've got and whatnot, how wet it is back here. But sometimes my stand is, at the foot of the stand is 4 or 5 inches of water, and sometimes it's just about dry. But there's areas back here that are wet pretty just about all year long. So here's the swamp stand. I'll go up and give you a view